Hi guys, welcome back to the Chelsea debate. Nice fun video today. We're basically going to look at our transfer window, and me and Josh are out of 10 going to say, is it a good deal? 10 being this is a brilliant deal for the club, and 0 the worst deal. So we're going to look at incomings and outgoings. Josh, are you okay, by the way, before we get going?
I'm all good, mate. I'm glad to have you back from the jaws of COVID.
Yeah, I know. I'm all good though. We're all recovered. Let's start with, I think, the incomings. This video is mainly about outgoings, but we've got to start on incomings. And I think I know what you're going to score as 1 out of 10, but let's start with Big Rom because he's the statement signing.
9.5 out of 10 for me. Good to have a centre forward in. There's probably not many better in the world today, in all fairness, when it comes to finishing. But obviously, I would have loved Haaland, but I'm just being greedy there. So I'm really happy with Rom. It's already paying dividends.
I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 straight out there. I've got it on here. I think some of the fees I give might not be correct, but you get loads of sources. But 97.5 mil is the one I've seen. Yeah. Scored 30 goals last season for Inter. Also another one here, 114 Premier League goals. That's including the one against Arsenal. He can do it in this league. He just everything we needed, wasn't he, as a sign-in? Just perfect deal. So, 10 out of 10 for me. Next one, and this is really exciting because this was the last day. And anyone that follows us on Twitter, you can see below the handle, knows I was very stressed on the day, and I had people tweeting in, it's going to be fine. The deal did happen. We got Saul Niguez on a loan deal from Atletico. What's really interesting to me is it's a 3.4 mil loan, and next summer we've got the option to buy him for 30 mil. So for me, I'm looking at an 8.5 out of 10. How do you see it?
See, now I see this one as a 10 out of 10. I really do. We needed a fourth midfielder.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we look at last time when Kante got injured. Sometimes we were a bit thin there, so it gives us that fourth option. He's a proven quality operator at the highest level.
Yeah,
and look, it worked with Kovacic, didn't it? We got him in on an initial loan, make sure he could sort of suit the league and play with the team.
Yeah,
and then like you say, if 30 million is the fee to buy Saul, then I think that's really, really, really good business.
So I'm going to stick with. I can see why you're giving it a 10. I'm going to stick with 8.5 now, just because his form came off a little bit, but you bang on that midfielder that we need, and some of the things he can do. He's a left footer as well, gives us an extra balance. I've liked him for so long, so really excited about that one. And brilliant. The last one that we signed, not as exciting. Marcus Bettinelli came in, third choice goalkeeper. Nothing really to say, but give me a rating out of 10.
No, it's a 7. We needed a third choice goalkeeper.
He's English.
Exactly, yeah. So it helps. Shame to see, obviously, Willie go, but
yeah,
we move on.
We do. Okay, so that's it for incomings. I just want to get overall for the transfer window in terms of incomings. What would you give us?
I'd give it a 9.5. I think it couldn't have gone much better. And when you look at sort of net spend, it's been brilliant, hasn't it? So, and we've really strengthened. I think we've identified those key areas that we needed to improve on a Champions League winning side last year, and we've done it. So I'm really thrilled. It's been a good window in terms of incomings.
I'll agree with that. I'm thinking maybe a 9.5. The only bit that would have pushed it was obviously Koundé, which went down to the wire. It was being reported we didn't get him over the line. Talk about it maybe in a minute in terms of where it leaves us centre backs. But yeah, brilliant. And we do it again with such a slick operator in that transfer window. And I love that we've gone for quality over quantity. We've added what we needed. So, absolutely buzzing with that. So let's do some of the outgoings now. And we'll start with players that we sold. So Tammy Abraham to Roma, 34 million as well. How do you see that deal out of 10?
See, this is one of those for me. It's like your heart ruling your head. Heart want him to stay. He's a Chelsea boy. He's done well for us, in fairness, when he's had a good run. But in terms of what we've brought in with Big Rom, what we've already got, it probably is the best sort of option for him. I'm happy he's not at another Premier League club, so I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, I'm going to go 5, and that's just because I have no idea which way to see it. Because on one hand, like you say, not gone to a Premier League club. 34 million as well, good money. I've got here 30 goals in 82 games. So he's a good player, and he's actually started quite well in Italy. But I look at our squad. Are we lacking a striker still? I think maybe we could have kept somebody. Brozier's gone out to Southampton as well. I feel like maybe we're lacking just something. If Lukaku gets injured, we're back in square one.
I think I agree with you, but I think it's really hard to convince. Tammy Abraham's coming to an age now where he wants to be playing first team football, and it's not fair for him, in fairness, to sort of stall his career. So, yeah, I think, it's one of those, isn't it? We might be a little bit short, but we've just got to take the positives and wish Tammy all the best.
Yeah, best of luck, and keep looking how he's doing, and it's a great start. Kurt Zouma to West Ham, £30 million. This is a guy who's at the club for 7 years, by the way.
See, I think this is it's good business in terms of the transfer fee. I think that was it's quite good money for him.
Yeah,
but it's bad business in terms of he's gone to West Ham, who had a brilliant season last season, brilliant start to this season. So you've strengthened one of those fringe teams who were pushing for the top four last season. You've massively strengthened them. So I'd give this a 3, to be honest. Overall, the money's great, but that's the only positive for me. And I also think it probably leaves us light of a centre back.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there, and maybe go for a 4 out of 10 for similar reasons. West Ham are pushing it. I think they're only a couple of points behind us, and they look really strong. All I'll say is they're in Europe, so they're going to have to rotate a bit more, which they didn't have last year. But be interested to see how he does there, because he's definitely got the quality. Next, we do another centre-back who's gone, Fikayo Tomori. Obviously, he was out on loan last year, and now he's gone on a permanent for £25 million to AC Milan.
See, this was big news when we actually started this channel. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I wasn't happy about it then. When there was the talk of the option to buy, obviously they've took it. They'd have been crazy not to. Again, we're still light of a centre back. I think you could have afforded to let Tomori or Zouma go, not both. We've let both go, and I'll be honest, I'd actually say if Zouma's 30 million, 25 million for Tomori for me is very, very cheap. So again, I'd go 3 out of 10 on this one.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll agree with you. And perhaps the only problem is that having experienced first team football there and done so well at the San Siro, maybe you wouldn't want to come back and be a squad player. And you've got to bear in mind the calibre of centre-backs we've got right now is very tough. It's pretty much Chalobah's come in as the 5th choice, and good luck. He's looked really good when we've seen him. But then you've got 3 from 4 really top-class centre-backs. So it's difficult trying to get somebody in to play that role, whereas Chalobah's a youngster, maybe suits him a bit more. So I'll agree with you on that one. Olivier Giroud, gone for just shy of £1 million, 34 years of age, but he won a Champions League, Europa League, and FA Cup with us. So, one of my favourite players in the last few years. Absolutely love the guy.
No, definitely. I mean, I can't say I was surprised. I think we all sort of sadly knew it was coming. But no, he's been a brilliant servant to Chelsea. I sort of raised my eyebrows a little bit when we signed him. More than happy to say I was completely wrong. He's been a brilliant servant for the club, scored some really memorable goals. Best of luck. I'll probably give this one a 7. So obviously it's enabled him, and he's had another brilliant start, hasn't he, for AC Milan? I think he got 2 goals in his first 2 games. So best of luck to Giroud, and
Yeah, I'm just going to copy you. At some point, I will not do the same rating, but he deserves that send-off, and I say send-off. He deserves to go when he wants. He's 34, and would have been nice maybe to have him as another option, but he's not going to play. So, good luck to him. And I think he'll do really well, and he keeps every year on year proving people wrong. So what a player. We'll do these next 2 together. I don't know why I sort of pinned these 2 together, but Zappacosta went for £8 million to Atalanta, and Moses went to Spartak Moscow for 4.5 million. Anything to say about them too?
No, it's very simple, isn't it? Money in the bank, clearing the wage bill. Both probably needed to go on permanence a little bit before that they have. So best of luck.
Yeah, completely agree. I will say Victor Moses, though, special mention for that contest, title-winning season. But we'll just group them together. I think to get over 12 mil for both, maybe 8 out of 10, like good business from us. We keep selling good money, don't we?
Yeah, no, we are. Again, we've been brilliant. That's whether you're happy with the outs or not. I think you would have to agree that we drew good money for them. So no, I'd agree with you. Probably give you an 8 out of 10.
These are the kind of signings that have enabled us to keep that net spend low and sign Lukaku. Just a couple more to finish on the actual sales. But Mark Gurhey to Crystal Palace for 18 mil. This is a really interesting one. I want to see what you thought about this deal.
I'm not thrilled with it. It makes sense. I'd have preferred to see a loan, if I'm honest. Seeing develops, I think it could be a big player for the future. And obviously, a little bit's been made about us, going back and signing players like we have done with obviously Big Ron.
Yeah.
And I can just probably, this might be one history repeating itself. In a few years, we could be talking about it. So 18 million for a young player is probably good. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 based on the fee that's been generated, but I'm not happy to see him go, if I'm being honest.
I should have checked this. There may be a buyback clause on a couple of these. I think he might be one, so that might alter it. I will go maybe a bit lower, maybe a 3 out of 10, because he did really well at Swansea. Obviously, academy, he's only 21. I feel maybe we could have kept him around. We maybe look a centre back light still for me in our squad, so it would have been nice to keep him. On the other hand, £18 million for him is good money, so I can see
that drives it up a touch for me.
Yeah, fair play. Tino Livramento. Anyone who's watched the channel knows I was on about this guy before he, he's actually gone on to make his first team debut. Really good player, isn't he? 5 million to Southampton. What do you say from our point of view out of 10? What do you see that deal being?
See now, I'm 99% sure there is a buyback on this one.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 1 out of 10. I was fuming about it. I don't like to give you credit, but I have got to be fair. You sort of raised him to me, got me watching him, and he's an absolute talent to be excited about. Southampton fans are already seeing the benefit of that. I watched him the other weekend against Man United. I've seen bits of his other games. And I'd say, he's absolutely storming start for them. He's brilliant against Man United. He looks an absolute talent for the future, handling Premier League football already. So, yeah, 1 out of 10 for me. I mean, you look at the other fees generated.
Yeah.
I don't think 5 million is a lot. I vaguely remember reading that the buyback wasn't a heavy one, but I'm still not happy about it. This should have been a loan, not a permanent.
I will agree with you on that. There is a buyback, that one, I'm pretty sure. The reason I will give it so low is because of the wing-back situation. Aspie can cover it right. Obviously, Reece James is our right wing-back. Aspie can cover there. But if we're light at centre-backs, he's not going to be able to cover there as much. And the other backup is Hudson-Odoi. Now, I know he can do there, and that's maybe his best chance to get minutes this season, but
it's not his best position.
That's not what he wants to do. He wants to be competing further up the pitch, and that's why some thought he should have gone on loan. Livramento, we've seen he's ready for the Premier League. Could have been a perfect understudy to Reece James. All I'll say is we've seen Tariq Lamptey do a similar path there, and he's gone. And no doubt Livramento's looked at that and thought, no, I want a piece of that. So that's why he's gone. Really good luck, and hopefully we see him back at the Bridge because he looks a top player. What I'll do here, because we're going on for a while, I'll just do the last couple loan deals that I want to talk about. Conor Gallagher, how do you see that loan?
Out of
Crystal Palace.
Now we've got Saul in, it's better because I do think when we loaned him out, we're leaving ourselves a little bit light here. But no, I think it's a good loan for him. He's at West Brom last year in sort of not a no hope team, but they were poor.
Yeah.
And this year, we hopefully under Patrick Vieira, we'll see more of him. I mean, he's already scoring goals, looking like a good player. So I hope this is his last loan spell, and next year we get him, in the squad and start integrating him into being a first team player, because he's it's same as what we just said about Livramento. He's a massive talent for the future.
Yeah, out of 10, that deal.
I'd give that one a 7. To be fair,
I'm gonna. Bit bolder. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. I really like that Vieira, obviously it's still coming together. We don't really know, but a lot of young players, he wants to play on the front foot. And of what we've seen, scored a couple of really good goals. He's going to get that license to go up the pitch. And like you say, not playing in a West Brom side. Palace might be in that bottom half, but hopefully for them, not in relegation battle. So I really like the loan. It's a good fit. And starting so well means that, the confidence and keep going. We'll finish the video on Billy Gilmore to Norwich. Let me just give a couple of other mentions. I've not gone through every player because there's so many that we've got rid of, but I'll just give a couple of like honourable mentions. Two lads have gone to Coventry, Clark Salter and Ian Matson in the Championship, both playing. So I like that deal, and hopefully we've got a lot of good young defenders. So hopefully both of them come to fruition. Also, a lad called Henry Lawrence has gone to AFC Wimbledon, started really well. He's one to definitely keep an eye on. And also a lad at Huddersfield, 18-year-old defender Levi Colwell. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but he's also starting in the Championship. So when you're seeing these players start in the Championship, that's really positive, and hopefully these guys can kick on it, and we'll see. So I'll let you finish though with Billy Gilmore out of 10. That loan to Norwich.
See, I'd go 7 out of 10 for a loan deal, but loan deal is the key word there.
Yeah.
He didn't get to play too much last year, particularly when Tuchel came in, and that really disappointed me. But so a loan in that sense is a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like he could have gone somewhere better than Norwich, if I'm being totally honest. Norwich, they're becoming the new sort of yo-yo club, aren't they, in the Premier League? And I feel like he could have gone somewhere certainly a bit higher up the table. We're just talking about Conor Gallagher at Palace. I feel like, a club in that bottom half, even a Brighton, somebody like that play football would have done him good.
Brighton's a great start, actually, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I'd give a loan deal a 7 out of 10, but because of where he's gone, I would knock it down to a 6.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. Pretty much bang on there, mate. It's just a case of that Norwich team. You can see why he's gone there, because they had Oliver Skipp from Tottenham, and he's very similar player. Now he's playing in Tottenham's first team, like for like Gilmore to drop in, but they were always going to be fighting relegation. And like you say, Gilmore, he started for Scotland against Denmark. He's a top quality player, so I really like that Brighton shout. So I'll agree with you on that. I think we'll wrap it up there. We've done quite a lot, and do you know what? This video can go on for another 20 minutes because there's more players that we've not spoken about. Overall window, I know you got a score for ins, but overall business for this club, transfer window wise.
So it's very much a tale of two sides for me. It's either been really, really good or really quite bad, but it has been more good than bad. So I would stick at a 7 overall.
I'm gonna go 9. I am. I just really, year on year, if you just look at some of the other clubs, we are the envy of them. We're just really smart negotiators. If you look at the money that we've made in some of these deals, I do agree. There are a couple there that perhaps shouldn't have got away. So I do understand why you've gone a bit lower there. Yeah, that's just my feelings. I think it's been a really positive window. And do you know what? Before we know it, it'll be January and we'll get to do this all over again. So I hope you've, cheers for that, mate. And I hope that everyone's enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you're new, and there'll be loads more content coming out. So keep an eye on that. We'll see you in a bit, guys.
Cheers, guys.